Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody.
Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I'm here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
Okay, so I have a stupid joke to start off with. And this is good for our podcast. So,
Okay.
What do ghosts like to drink the most?
Booze?
That's great. That's what it should have been. Booze. Well, what's the answer? What? The not so good was Kool-Aid.
Oh. Mine was better.
Booze is so much better. Oh my god.
I haven't had any booze tonight.
None at all. What is that? Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. Oh my god. Okay, so oh my god. That was great. Okay. So
Kool-Aid.
that's just stupid. I said it was a stupid joke. Oh, that's the only thing I look for in these jokes is to be stupid.
Okay.
So the day that this comes out is World UFO Day.
Really?
Happy National World UFO Day.
You know they changed UFO?
Yeah,
It's like...
I think I said that. I told
Did
you.
you?
That. Yeah, it's
Well,
like
then I heard it on...
Paranormal Almanac.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where I heard it too. And they call it something different because they don't want the public to know what they're fucking talking about.
because
Because
fucking dumbasses
I
or
know.
something.
But yeah, it's something like UAF or I don't something
know.
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Stupid.
So my theme for the night is going to be UFOs.
Cool.
I do have a CNN report saying senators received classified briefing on UFO sightings. They actually
Is this
called
one
it UFOs.
with the Navy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a group of U.S. senators, including the vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, received a classified briefing Wednesday about a series of reported encounters by the U.S. Navy with unidentified aircraft, according to congressional aid. If pilots at Oceana or elsewhere are reporting flight hazards that interfere with training or put them at risk, then Senator Warner wants answers. It doesn't matter if it's weather balloons, little green men, or something else entirely. We can't ask our pilots to put their lives at risk unnecessarily. So a briefing was reported. President Donald Trump recently confirmed that he was also briefed on reports of the Navy pilots spotting unidentified flying objects. He says, quote, "I did have one very brief meeting on it, but people are saying they're seeing UFOs. Do I believe it? Not particularly." Yeah, right. I don't believe that for a second.
There's got to be something.
Exactly.
I mean...
Exactly.
Have you seen the video footage on that paranormal caught on camera?
Yeah. I mean, it's
like,
everywhere.
What is? I mean, yeah. I mean, we're not stupid. There's
Seriously.
something going on.
Absolutely.
And we're not the only beings in this
No.
world.
No.
I mean,
Dude. Get out of there.
Leia, go lay down.
Gotta check our mics. Last time, I think the animals unplugged your mic.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anyway,
So yeah, there's totally aliens, and I just don't understand why they would be so interested in us. I mean, if their
have
technology
you ever
is...
seen the Facebook post where it says something like, when aliens fly through our airspace, they lock their doors?
Yes.
We're like the ghetto of the universe.
Aww.
Well, blame him if that's true?
Seriously. Well, that also reminds me of, like, I think it's Jerry Springer, or, oh my God, not Jerry Springer, Jerry Seinfeld. Oh. He's got a bit where he's like, yeah, if aliens are watching us, like, follow dogs around and pick up poop, who are they going to think is in charge here?
Oh my God, that's great.
Like, they're watching us follow these little beings around, and they're gonna think that they're in charge for sure.
Oh my God, we're so sad.
I know. Oh. Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, CNN is fucking reporting UFO shit. They're calling it different things, so we don't know what they're talking about. Disclosure is coming. There has got to be something else. We cannot be that narcissistic.
We're getting into the age where everyone has a camera on them at all times.
Yes.
You can't hide it anymore. There's something out there. I don't know what it is, but there's something out there.
Absolutely.
We're not the only beings.
Yeah.
In this universe. I mean,
why us? Why would we be the only thing? Yeah,
exactly.
that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's happening, y'all. And I do have some creepy facts about outer space that you can't unlearn. My first fact, so I went back to facts this week. Chunks of the Milky Way galaxy are being sucked away. Something unidentified, larger than anything in the known universe, is sucking portions of the Milky Way galaxy, aka your home, away. In 2009, researchers found a cluster of galaxies moving in an extraordinary speed towards a small patch of sky between constellations.
Is it a black hole?
I don't know. It says they have dubbed this phenomenon, quote unquote, a dark flow, in reference to other cosmic mysteries, dark matter, and dark energy. So it's something that they don't know what it is.
Do we really know what anything is in outer space?
Absolutely not. Because it's fucking outer space.
Yeah, we don't know shit.
And this is off of Ranker, and Kellen Perry wrote this, just so people don't get mad at me. Astronauts must drink 730 liters of recycled sweat and urine to live in outer space for a year.
Ew.
Yeah. The night sky will someday be completely black. As the Milky Way galaxy continues to merge with its neighboring galaxies, the view of the night sky from Earth will change dramatically. The speed expansion will eventually pull all galaxies apart faster than light, eliminating the distinctive products of the Big Bang and nullifying points of reference for expansion measurement. I have no fucking clue what I just said.
I was just going to say, I have no idea what you just said.
But it's going to be really dark.
Okay. I'm sure we'll be dead by then.
Yes. A giant black hole hurls through space at 5 million miles per hour. A black hole in 2017 that the Hubble Space Telescope located was being manipulated by gravitational waves. The black hole, capable of devouring anything in its path, will eventually break free of its own galaxy and begin to roam the universe.
Oh, that's great.
Great. So that's something to look forward to. Meteors can strike Earth with no warning.
I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do, right?
I think they do, yeah.
Okay, so solar superstorms could cause blackouts worldwide. Next one, gamma ray bursts can destroy planets. So that's great.
Okay.
That's like once every 5 million years, though. So that's like... next one, the universe could literally explode in a few billion years. Which, again, like, what the fuck?
My kids and their kids and their kids and their kids, I think we'd all be okay.
I think we're good on that one. There are sounds in space, which kind of creeps me out. Though popular thought contends that outer space is a vacuum, in actuality, interstellar dust is so dense that in some areas it can carry sound waves. Though these waves would be imperceptible Does that sound right? Imperceptive to humans. Some sounds in space may include the humming of a massive black hole, the groans of Earth as the crust shifts, and the residual sound of the universe expanding. Have you ever listened to space sounds?
I think I've listened to a podcast that had space sounds on it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but there's been a few podcasts that I've listened to where they let you hear the sounds that space has. It's super fucking creepy.
Have you, once again on that Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the one where these just weird noises were like coming from nowhere? No one knows where they're coming from.
Yeah, doesn't it sound like dragons or like trumpets or something?
Like trumpets or just weird, it almost sounds mechanical, but nobody knows where it's coming from. And it's not, it's like all around the world.
Oh, really?
Like foreign countries.
Yeah, I've heard
here. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And people have no idea where the noise is coming from.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just some loud ass noise. It sounds like, it sounds crazy. But there are definitely sounds in space that they've recorded that are extremely creepy and just like,
what's that? Is it called WOW?
What is it?
I think they called it WOW something, or because someone got a recording of some noise in space, and in the margins of their report or whatever, they put WOW because they're like, what is that?
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that.
Yeah, I think it was WOW.
Huh. Interesting. The Earth inhabitants are traveling at incredible speeds. Due to the rotation of the Earth, all of its inhabitants are traveling at a speed of approximately 67,000 miles per hour. In an even more impressive feat, the Earth's orbit around the Sun adds another 490,000 miles per hour to Earthlings' overall speed.
Not according to the flat earthers.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. We shouldn't even have went there.
No,
never mind. Go on.
Stupid.
Sorry.
And my last fact, before I bring up another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, was space carries a distinctive scent, which I know I've mentioned it before, but that is what gets me the most, because anything that happens to me, I hold on to the scent. And astronauts returning from space are generally accompanied by a peculiar distinctive scent. Those exposed to the odor describe it as sulfurous and liken it to smells of gunpowder, seared steak, hot metal, or welding fumes. So it's like hot hot smells,
like burning flesh.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not burning flesh, but like metallic burning.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So that kind of brought me to something creepy that I have come across a couple of times. Have you ever heard of the Twitter feed called The Sun Vanished?
No.
It is. I'm almost 100% sure that it's fake. I mean, it's obviously fake, but it's really cool. In April of 2018, the Sun Vanished, at the Sun Vanished, a Twitter account, started this feed where it's a story about the sun vanishing. I mean, I can't put it any other way, really, but it shows news reports of the Earth in darkness, and these red lights start coming on, and these creatures start coming out in this darkness, and people are starting to go crazy. So I have a few of the posts that they have posted, and I just kind of want to. These are like the most interesting points of this this Twitter account. So, April 30th, 2018, the television has a caption that reads, "Riots break out after the sun disappears," and a reporter detailing what has happened. Then a loud, low noise rumbles and the camera turns towards the darkness. This is the first hint that the strange beings haunting this world. The second comes from when the sun vanished, ventured outside for the first time since the sky went black. So it's this guy that apparently is like hiding in his house because the sun vanished and the world is in darkness and people are going nuts.
And this was supposed to have happened last year?
Well, this Twitter account started in April of 2018.
Okay.
And I mean, if you want to believe that it's real, some people think it's like an alternate universe and this person
Well, it's obviously not real because it didn't happen.
Well, I mean, in an alternate universe, it might have. That's what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's really cool. I mean, look it up on YouTube if you haven't looked it up. It's really cool. I mean, because this guy, if it is fake or because it is fake, they put a freaking ton of work into this. And a lot of people are involved in it because it's got like pictures. He's got video that he's taken. It's pretty creepy. So on May 2nd, so a few days later, on The Sun Vanished, we hear a noise again, but it's nothing except a red flashing light.
That scared the shit out of me.
Next, we get confirmation that the entire sky is dark, not just the sun. Next, we find out that the flashing lights chase people. From there, the sun vanished, hears something fly overhead, and it comes into contact with one of his friends. Next, we get an image of a man standing outside, completely still, and warning of a warning from the sun vanished friends. So they record like outside their window. This guy is just like standing there staring up at the sky, and he's just like all still. It's super creepy. Just You're giving me a look like you don't believe it.
I don't.
I mean, it's not real. It's
Okay.
Obviously it's not real, but it's creepy.
Okay.
On May 4th, we find out that the sun vanished friend is currently stranded on the highway but still alive. While the sun vanished waits for him, he or she notices a light downstairs and goes to check it out. Once it catches sight of the sun vanished, it starts blinking red. Apparently, if you look directly into these red flashing lights, you're going to become like the guy that's staring up at the sky and still. So on May 8th, the sun vanished stays away from the downstairs and opens the windows as much as possible because the beings know that they live there and the beings break in. On May 10th, they set up some basic alarms and they notice his or her friends acting funny. He or she begins to question the friends to see if they can confirm his identity. The sun vanished is still going and still surviving, but they're interested in following the War of the World-esque adventure. So just check that out. It's creepy and it's fun and it's cool. If you want to look up something creepy on YouTube, they kind of it's on Twitter, but they kind of bullet point creepy facts about it. So
Okay.
it's fun. That was all I had to open up this show with.
All right. I did Ghosts of Maryland this week. So we've got Point Lookout Lighthouse in Scotland, Maryland. In Scotland, Maryland is one of the most haunted locations in the state, Point Lookout Lighthouse. Point Lookout has been home to countless tragedies and disasters. The area served as a prisoner of war camp, a hospital during the Civil War era, a hotel destroyed by a fire, and a lookout point during the Revolutionary War. In 1830, construction on the Point Lookout Lighthouse completed and it became a functional lighthouse. In the years since its construction, the lighthouse has been home to an extraordinary amount of hauntings. A man in Civil War-era clothing is one of the most frequently seen ghosts. He is said to be in horrible physical shape, smells of gunpowder and mildew, and is believed he is attempting to free himself from the smallpox unit that once stood in the area. Another ghost is that of an elderly woman who appears to be looking for something on the beach. It is believed she is looking for a missing gravestone. Within the lighthouse, people have captured voices on their recorders, ghosts of wounded Union soldiers have been spotted, and temperatures drop dramatically. So you can't have Ghosts of Maryland without a lighthouse.
Yeah, I was going to say that's, and I think we've talked about it before, but why lighthouses?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think every lighthouse in the world is haunted.
It seems like it.
Fletchertown Road in Bowie. Fletchertown Road is the home to an urban legend. It is said that the Goat Man lurks in the area. According to stories, the Goat Man escaped from the Department of Agriculture.
Booze.
Got some booze in me.
That's Ghost's favorite drink. Ghoul's favorite drink, apparently.
That's right. According to stories, the ghost... Now you're making me read it wrong again. Stop it.
Sorry, but you said booze. That is the fucking best thing I've ever heard in my life. That's so much better than the joke I had. Oh my god, that was great.
According to stories, the Goat Man escaped from the Department of Agriculture Research Center. I don't know. As the name suggests, he is supposedly half human, half animal. The urban legend goes on to say that for 2 decades, the 1950s and 60s, the Goat Man murdered people who traveled the road with an axe. After murdering them, he would eat his victims. To this day, people claim to have seen the head of a goat or a man in tattered clothing in the area.
Ew.
Is that the first time you've ever heard of the Goat Man?
I think so.
Oh, I've heard there's lots of podcasts that have talked about the Goat Man.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Dr. Samuel A. Mudd's house in Waldorf. Dr. Samuel A. Mudd was the doctor that treated John Wilkes Booth for his broken leg after he assassinated President Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, no.
John Wilkes Booth received treatment at Dr. Mudd's home. Believing he was a co-conspirator in the assassination of President Lincoln, Dr. Mudd was tried and ended up spending years in prison. Thanks to his wife's tireless efforts, Dr. Mudd received a pardon from President Andrew Johnson and returned to his home. Dr. Samuel A. Mudd's house is now a museum and historical site. Stories claim to see Dr. Mudd's ghosts wandering his property and the home. Other claims have stated that the bed where Booth slept will show the impression of a body in the bed.
Ew.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Baltimore County Almhouse. When the Baltimore County Almhouse opened in 1874, it was to serve as a home for the elderly, the mentally unwell, the indigent, did I say that right? And children. An addition was made to the almhouse, which houses prisoners. People who have spent any time at the almhouse have made claims of assorted paranormal activity. Some people claim that if you visit the 3rd floor, you may hear the voices of women talking. Other people have stated that they have heard the sound of children in the building playing. Further claims state that it is possible to see the faces of children not only in the windows of the house when standing outside, but throughout the interior.
No. Ooh, that's creepy.
I'm not going there.
No.
Glendale Hospital. The Glendale Hospital in Maryland opened its doors in the 1930s to treat and house people who suffered from tuberculosis. Adults and children called the hospital home for decades. The adults and children were located in different areas of the hospital. There are also narrow tunnels under the hospital.
Tunnels were always creepy.
Yeah. Stories say that when Glendale was a functioning facility, the patients endured torture and experimental treatments. Eventually, in 1984, the hospital was closed. People brave enough to investigate the hospital have reported hearing strange noises, yelling, banging, and even laughter. Others have reported smelling burning flesh. The ghosts of patients as well as dogs have been seen. One of the saddest stories is attached to a man seen in a straitjacket in one of the rooms. It is believed he killed himself after being unable to live with the guilt of not saving the family he watched get murdered.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
Yeah. St. Paul's Cemetery. In Chestertown, Maryland, it is the old St. Paul's Cemetery. The cemetery dates back to the 1700s and is said to be the location of regular paranormal activity. Some of the activity may be the result of the casualties buried in the cemetery following the Battle of Colksfield during the War of 1812. Graves belonging to Union and Confederate soldiers are also in the cemetery. The ghost of Trench Tilghman is seen at the bridge of the edge of the cemetery. He was an officer during the Revolutionary War. Sometimes, when it is especially dark, people have claimed to see his lantern crossing the same bridge his ghost is believed to haunt. The most famous grave at the cemetery with paranormal activity is that of actress Tallulah Bankhead. People claim you can hear her raspy voice if you lay on the slab that covers her grave.
Ooh. That's creepy.
Yeah. Maryland State House. With a long history of politics, the Maryland State House is not devoid of paranormal activity. The most famous of all the hauntings and legends involve Thomas Dents. Dents served as a plasterer on the structure's dome. While working, Thomas Dents apparently fell to his death. People visit the State House annually to try to see his ghost wandering the grounds as well as the building. It is also believed that a soldier from the Revolutionary War era wanders the grounds as well. A room in the structure that is famous for being the room where George Washington resigned is said to be haunted by an unknown spirit. Could Washington be haunting the old Senate chamber, or is someone else making their presence known in that room? Other ghosts and spirits are believed to wander around the grounds and throughout the State House. The Lord Baltimore Hotel. Visitors to the hotel have reported countless encounters with ghosts as well as other paranormal activity. Some guests have claimed that they have nightmares while staying in the hotel because they are sensitive to the presence of the paranormal. Others have claimed to feel as if they are being watched while asleep. People who have ridden in the elevator and been in the lobby say the sensation of being touched by a pair of hands has occurred. The elevator also randomly visits the 19th floor when no one pushes the button for that floor.
Ooh.
When the 19th floor, people have claimed to see the ghost of a little girl with a red ball, black shoes, and a long cream-colored dress. Others have seen the girl crying, rocking back and forth, and screaming.
Ooh.
In addition, the hotel supervisor has seen the ghosts of two adults on the 19th floor. Local legends state that a married couple committed suicide by jumping off the Lord Baltimore Hotel after the stock market crashed in 1929, leaving behind a little girl. Many, including some of the hotel staff, believe that those are the ghosts guests see today. That's all I got on the ghosts of Maryland.
All right, that's pretty creepy. Okay, so I believe there's 17 of them, but they're the most, I guess, credible alien abductions that there are. And some of these are pretty fucking nuts, so...
That shit scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, because, I mean, these people are just going about their lives, and then all of a sudden, their lives fucking change.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Some of them are kind of funny, though. So, first one is called Allagash Abductions. A group of friends, and these are very short, like little blurbs about them. So, there's not a bunch of facts or anything. But a group of friends, Charlie Fultz, Chuck Rack, Jack Wiener. I'm not kidding.
You said Wiener.
I said Jack Wiener. And Jim Wiener.
Oh, okay.
Went on a camping trip for a couple of weeks to explore the Allagash Wilderness.
We're not 12.
No.
We're boys.
We promise. Wiener. Okay. Located in Maine during August of 1976. In the beginning of the trip, Jim Wiener had noticed an object with bright lights floating in the sky. When the group of friends made plans to go fishing 2 nights later, the same object appeared again. However, Rack was the first to spot the bright object. The group called attention to the object, which followed them through their boating trip. Which, I mean, if something was following you throughout an entire fishing trip, I mean, that's crazy.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Next one, Christina Florence, alien abduction. Christina Florence claims she has experienced missing time and has been abducted by aliens throughout adolescence. When Christina was 17 years old, she went on a road trip with her family where they drove to the Mojave Desert in San Francisco. As the family got closer to Barstow, California, the car happened to overheat, so they took the first exit, which led them to a nearby park. From there, one strange thing led to another. Through hypnosis, Christina started sharing vivid memories of events that took place in 1974. Similar to most UFO sightings, Christina swears by seeing something above the car and, quote, "I was so scared I didn't know what it was, and I was trying to start the car and it wouldn't start," end quote, explained Florence. That was it on that. So her family's car broke down and they saw something while they were...
And they lost time.
Yeah. And obviously she didn't remember this because it says through hypnosis.
Yeah.
So she had lost memories as well, which is creepy.
I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah. Next one, Granger Taylor alien abduction. Granger Taylor disappeared from his parents' house located in British Columbia, Canada in 1980. At 32 years old, Taylor was an extremely talented mechanical engineer who spent most of his life building a life-size flying saucer, even though he was a high school dropout. At first, Taylor's obsession with aliens was relatively healthy. However, things took a twist when he claimed to be mentally communicating with aliens from another galaxy. Taylor was even asked to go on a trip in space. After a heavy storm one evening, Taylor was never heard from or seen again.
I've heard that story
Is it possible Taylor was abducted by aliens?
Yeah, if you listen to other podcasts, they go into much more detail.
Yeah.
And that's one of those stories where you're like, you have no idea what happened.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He could have been abducted.
Yeah, I mean, he was all into it.
Yeah, he totally disappeared.
Yeah. No trace, no nothing. Mm-hmm. And, I mean...
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Next one, Frederick Valentich, I think, disappearance. Frederick Valentich, a 20-year-old pilot, disappeared while flying over Bass Strait in October of 1978. Valentich reported there was an unidentified aircraft that was flying on top of him. Quote, "Seems to be flying some sort of game. He's flying over me," end quote. Valentich told air traffic control located in Melbourne, Australia. The last thing he said before his aircraft stopped was what he saw wasn't an aircraft. Even after multiple searches, no one has found a trace of the plane or pilot. There were also multiple reports of UFO sightings that evening that he disappeared. However, most people had a hard time saying a UFO was the reason for Valentich's disappearance. Which, I mean, I wonder why. And again, these are just little blurbs about him. It obviously doesn't go into much detail.
I wonder if he was flying over the ocean or something.
I don't know. But, I mean the fact that
for no one to find any trace of him...
Yeah.
It would either have to be over an ocean or over, like, the Amazon or somewhere where it's not easy to find things.
Well, it said he was over Melbourne, Australia. And I mean, that's a populated area as far as I know. I mean, I think that there's a lot of forestry in Australia, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Especially in Melbourne. I think that is a pretty
I think that's a big city.
big city, right?
Yeah.
Right. So who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah. Next one, Thomas Reed alien abduction. For Thomas Reed, alien encounters started to begin when he was 6 years old.
Oh.
Just a baby. Living on his family's farm in Berkshire County, Massachusetts in 1966. Reed was playing in the woods near his parents' house when he saw strange lights coming from a UFO. Luckily, Reed wasn't the only one who witnessed the encounter with aliens, as his brother, Matthew, happened to be in the aircraft with him. What? They were in the aircraft?
That's weird.
Throughout childhood, aliens seemed to find Reed no matter where his family went. In fact, just 2 years later, the family was driving late at night when they became mesmerized by strange white lights in the sky. Before they knew it, the whole family was in a UFO looking at aliens that looked very ant-like. Ant-like is different, right?
That's weird. So the whole family saw it?
Yeah, it says before they were driving late at night, they became mesmerized by strange white lights, and before they knew it, the whole family is in a UFO looking at aliens that look very ant-like. That's crazy. Next one is Bud Hopkins alien sightings in Cape Cod. In 1964, Bud Hopkins was visiting Cape Cod when he saw a UFO sighting. Like other UFO sightings, Hopkins' experience only lasted about 3 minutes. Hopkins described the floating object in the sky to be similar to a flat balloon, but it obviously wasn't. After his first sighting, Hopkins started to listen to stories of people who said not only have they seen UFOs, but that they were abducted by aliens. From listening to all of the stories, Hopkins found aliens were short, had large black eyes, thin lips, and gray skin. Aliens are out to get sperm or eggs.
Ew.
It's from people, I guess. For who knows? I don't know. But that was his findings.
If you think about it, the aliens, like the pictures you see, you know, the weird shaped heads, the big eyes.
Right.
I could kind of see that as an ant.
Yeah. Going back to the last story that I was just talking about. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, they are very insect like.
Yeah.
I don't know about ants, but you know, in 1966, yeah, that's going to be kind of the best way to describe them. And yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be several species of aliens, but 3 that are well known.
Yeah.
And the Greys is what the ant ones are called.
Yeah.
There's the Greys, I think Arcadians, and there's lizard people and one other one.
The green ones.
I thought those were the Greys. There's the Greys. There's the ones that are like tall and like blonde and, you know, creepy, I guess. And then there's another kind too. I don't know for sure. Okay, so next one, Kenneth Arnold UFO sighting on June 24th, 1947, which that anniversary just passed. Pilot Kenneth Arnold saw 9 strange objects flying around Mount Rainier in Seattle, Washington. Arnold was known to be the first person to see a UFO sighting in the United States, and it is most certainly wasn't the last. So this guy was a pilot. Yeah, pilot. In 1947, he's the first one that reported a UFO sighting.
That's cool.
From Arnold's description, the press decided to call the strange objects flying saucers. Like most people who've seen UFOs, Arnold saw a very bright light that lit up the entire sky. After the first time it happened, Arnold thought it may have been the sun. However, the flash happened again. This time, Arnold saw 9 circular-type aircrafts near Mount Rainier. Very interesting. Next one is the Maury Island incident. In 1947 as well, 2 U.S. Harbor patrolmen on duty, Fred Chrisman and Harold Dahl, claimed to have seen UFO sightings near Puget Sound, Washington. The men reported seeing 6 objects floating in the sky close to Maury Island. During the encounter, Chrisman and Dahl said one of the flying objects released heavy debris which landed on their boat, breaking a colleague's arm and killing an animal on board. Soon after, Dahl said he had an unidentified man wearing a black suit came up to him and threatened not to talk about the incident.
It's a Men in Black.
Yeah. The full story was published in They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers by Gray Barker. So again, 1947, that seems to be like when they started visiting or when people started reporting it. But then again, they found like hieroglyphics and shit with alien connotations.
Well,
in
what
it.
they think.
What could be interpreted as. Okay. Police officer Lonnie Zamora sighting in Zocora, New Mexico. Police officer Lonnie Zamora was trying to catch a speeding car in Zocora, New Mexico in April 1964. Lonnie followed the car into a desert when he noticed a strange object. Once Lonnie got closer to the scene, he realized there was a group of people staring at the object. Lonnie tried to reach his fellow officers, however, couldn't talk to them with all the static in the background. Inside the UFO, Lonnie saw what looked like small aliens. After a few minutes, the UFO flew away, heading towards west. When fellow police officers arrived, they saw deep marks in the ground, which led them to believe the UFO sighting really happened. Once the Air Force got involved in investigating the case, they strongly believed that Lonnie witnessed an unknown military aircraft. Which, yeah, right.
Whatever.
And this one is interesting. David Huggins loses virginity to alien. David Huggins, a 75-year-old man from New York, said he's always been in close contact with aliens throughout his childhood. Huggins said his first time he met an alien was when he was playing outside when he was 8 years old. Huggins even claims he lost his virginity to an alien named Crescent. What the actual fuck?
Why would they be named Crescent?
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Next one is Kim Wilde UFO sighting. Kim Wilde, a popular singer from the 1980s, says she saw a UFO while she was spending time in her garden one afternoon. Since then, Wilde says she had multiple nightmares about having to perform in space. In fact, her worst fear is being by aliens and being forced to sing Kids in America. Oh my god. Okay. I told you some of these were kind of crazy.
We're the kids of America.
That's her worst fear. That's she's got it pretty fucking good, if you ask me. Jesus. Okay. Next one, Chuck Zukowski, the UFO nut. For more than 30 years, Chuck Zakowski has investigated UFO sightings across the United States. We, quote, "We have a paranormal highway going across the United States. From my research and investigations, the 37th parallel..."
37.
Booze. Shut up. Okay. The 37th parallel appears to be the main corridor of UFOs traveling across the U.S. Okay. That's done. Next one, Guillermo del Toro UFO sighting. From hearing ghosts to UFO sightings, famous director Guillermo del Toro has seen it all. After his first encounter with a UFO, del Toro remembers being struck with fear. He said the UFO went as far as 1,000 meters away, but it happened so fast. That was it. Next one is Tom DeLonge alien encounter. Blink 182's former guitarist Tom DeLonge claimed to witness a UFO sighting when he went camping in Area 51.
I thought you couldn't get on Area 51.
I know. DeLonge felt like electricity was running throughout his body, especially during the encounter. He could hear the aliens speaking, but couldn't figure out what they were saying. Yeah, I didn't know you could go camping in Area 51.
I don't think you can.
Maybe he
was on like the outskirts.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, next one, Christina Tilton, missing time. Back in 1987, Christina Tilton experienced 3 hours of missing time through hypnosis. She remembered the unusual events that took place during time that was gone. Quote, "My experience happened in July of 1987. I had about 3 hours of missing time in which later, under hypnosis, I relived the most unusual night of my life. I did not go willingly to the craft. 2 small aliens dragged me by my 2 arms on my back to the craft after they rendered me unconscious," says Tilton. That's horrifying.
Yes.
And that was my last one.
All right. It's time for the witty wrap-up.
Yay, Witty Wrap-Up!
I have a few funny camping stories.
Okay. It's that time of year.
Yes. The first one, my girlfriend and I were camping together with 2 mutual friends. We were all sleeping in a 4-person tent. My girlfriend and I both woke up in the middle of the night because friend A was blowing friend B, and friend B was making really disgusting sex moans.
Oh my god!
Who the fuck does that?
Seriously!
That's so rude.
I know.
That was the first one.
There are other people in the world. Hello.
It would have been bad enough if there were 2 tents. Because you could
Yeah.
still hear it.
Yeah, you could totally
But to
hear
be
it.
in the same...
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Yeah. My grandparents used to camp all the time. If you call camping in a motorhome camping. So this one time, they were at Yellowstone. Their campsite neighbors were this old Asian couple who spoke no English. One night, my grandparents hear this old Asian lady shouting at the top of her lungs. My grandpa finally got up to tell her to shut the hell up because he and my grandma couldn't stand hearing it anymore. He opens up the motorhome door and stares face to face with a bear standing on its hind legs.
Oh my god.
My grandpa stared at it for a couple of seconds before his brain processed what he was seeing and then closed the door. Looked at my grandma with all wide-eyed and says, "There's a bear right on the other side of the door. I'm going back to bed."
That would be me.
Yeah.
Be like,
I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to just see what happens in the morning.
Group of parents had been chilling by the fire while us kids played manhunt at the campgrounds. They told us a story about an axe murderer the night before. So while we were playing, they threw the chairs around and squirted fake blood all over the place, and then went to the general store down the road. We ranged between 5 to 10, and my 5-year-old brother lost his shit for like a half hour before they came back from the store, which was just great.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's mean. Poor baby.
A 5-year-old?
Yeah.
If they were teenagers, I could totally see it.
I would do that. Yeah.
But yeah, a 5-year-old?
That's just mean.
That is mean.
I woke up to a loud screaming. I peek my head outside the tent. I see my best friend of 8 years running around naked with his junk on fire.
What? Oh my god! How the fuck does that happen?
I don't know. It doesn't say. But that's a visual that is hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, and then my next thing is actual comments left on U.S. Forest Service registration sheets and comment cards by backpackers completing wilderness camping trips.
Okay.
Okay. The first one. A small deer came into my camp and stole my bag of pickles. Is there a way I can get reimbursed? Please call.
Oh my god, no. Buy some new pickles and get over it. It's a fucking deer.
Escalators would help on steep uphill sections.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Instead of a permit system or regulations, the Forest Service needs to reduce worldwide population growth to limit the number of visitors to wilderness.
I will get right on that.
Could you imagine being these people and reading these?
Seriously. Oh my god.
Trails need to be wider so people can walk while holding hands.
Go fuck yourself. Next.
Ban walking sticks in wilderness. Hikers that use walking sticks are more likely to chase animals.
What? What the What? Okay.
All the mile markers are missing this year.
What? Okay, if they're all missing.
They're missing.
Aww.
Found a smoldering cigarette left by a horse.
Damn smoking horses. What?
I don't know.
Well, you know those horses with them damn bad habits.
Yeah. Trails need to be reconstructed. People avoid building trails that go uphill. Or please avoid building trails that go uphill.
Absolutely. We can't have
Okay.
any sort of challenge whatsoever.
No.
Must be easy. Okay, next.
Too many bugs and leeches and spiders and spider webs.
I agree.
Please spray the wilderness to rid the area of these pests.
What?
Don't go outside.
Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? I mean, aren't you a little bit expecting that?
It's called the wilderness.
Oh my god.
Please pave the trails so they can be plowed of snow in the winter.
Oh my god, fuck off. Why would you go for a hike in the winter?
Yeah. And who's going to sit there and
Nobody
pave all the trails?
It wouldn't that take the wilderness out of it a little?
It would. Yes.
Oh my god.
Chair lifts need to be in some places so that we can get to wonderful views without having to hike to them.
Heaven forbid you walk. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, the world is moving towards
Wally. Yeah. Big giant fat people who refuse to do anything
that
for
have to
them.
have a chair to get around.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm telling you, that is the scariest movie I've ever seen.
It is.
And it was
It's
made for
creepy.
children.
It is scary.
The coyotes made too much noise last night and kept me awake. Please eradicate these annoying animals.
Oh my god. How dare they be animals?
How dare animals be in the wilderness?
And make noise. Like, what the
Rude.
fuck? I'm trying to sleep in your wilderness. I hate people.
They're so stupid. Reflectors need to be placed on trees every 50 feet so people can hike at night with flashlights.
Oh my god. What? What? I don't. I don't. I can't. What? I don't even know. That is. What? I'm speechless.
I need more signs to keep area pristine.
What? What kind of signs?
I don't know.
Oh my god,
No
I hate
littering?
people.
I don't know.
I hate people.
No. Wait until you hear this
Oh
one.
no.
A McDonald's would be nice at the trailhead.
Shut up. A McDonald's? Are you fucking kidding me? A McDonald's.
Okay. The places where trails do not exist are not well marked. It's so hard to tell where there's not a trail.
I don't see a reflective light, so this must be fine. Oh my god, I hate people.
And my last one, too many rocks in the mountain.
Too many rocks.
Too many rocks in the mountain.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That can't be serious. That can't be serious. Oh my
I
god.
don't think the U.S. Forest Service registration would lie.
I hope not. Oh my god.
I totally believe that people have said every one of these.
Absolutely.
Totally believe it.
I believe
That's
it too.
why I am embarrassed.
Yes, that is very
Because
embarrassing.
people are stupid.
Yeah. That's definitely true.
There's too many rocks on this mountain.
Oh my god.
Please get rid of them.
And the fucking McDonald's.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
serious? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. I hate everyone.
Because that's what we need to do. Eat
Yeah.
a Big Mac and then go hiking.
Oh my god. Oh. I am just speechless. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you've made it this far. Oh my god. I'm embarrassed. I don't even want to talk. Oh my god. It's so horrible.
At least they were funny.
Yeah, they were funny. Well, thank you for listening so much. We appreciate it. Please send in your stories. We want to hear them. All of us. We want to hear them. I know you have something interesting. Send it in. We don't care what it is. goalsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com. You can look us up on Facebook. We have now over 50 likes. Yay, it only took us over a year. But we appreciate you all, so thank you for liking our page and following us on Facebook.
Yes, we appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. Rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen. You can also recommend us on Facebook if you happen to visit our page. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.